Welcome to Smashy Business. I'm Lubna Hamdan.
And I'm Richard Fitzgerald.
And there's so much to talk about today. So Mark Zuckerberg has basically reviewed Apple's Vision Pro and says Quest, Meta's product, is not only better, but like 7 times less expensive. And then Brand ME is the summit that everyone is talking about. It's happening on February 17th and 18th. Experts with a combined wealth of $50 billion. Stay tuned for that. Tucker Carlson has filmed a show in Dubai, and in less than 24 hours, it garnered 17 million views, over 17 million views, actually. And then rent prices for artists in a new area in Quoz are going to be capped, according to Sheikha Latifa.
That's very good. Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. A lot going on, yeah. How are you, Lubna? Were you anywhere interesting last night?
Actually, yes, I did. I went to an exclusive invite-only chess event. So it's basically a chess club that was...
There are exclusive invite-only chess events. I didn't know. Okay.
There are. Richard, I feel like you're making fun of chess, and chess is a very serious...
Well, if it's very serious, we shouldn't make fun of it.
Right.
Okay.
It's a sport for your mind. No, jokes aside, it's called the Fairs Chess Club. FERZ, check them out. And
Nice.
It was started by 2 Russian women who were basically masters at chess.
Very cool.
There were a lot of C-level executives there, a lot of CEOs from well-known companies. I'm not going to say who they are. It is exclusive. It is, well, I mean, people like their privacy. I know, right? I know.
Okay, so tell me about chess
clubs. Okay, the CEO of
clubs,
Mashriq was there.
right?
Yeah,
CEO of
fine.
So tell me about chess clubs. Are there like members clubs? Because, when you say a chess cafe, it's kind of like coffee and a board, but like a chess club, did they design it in a way where, everyone who goes is a member and plays chess instead of snooker or instead of something else?
So they just started this in December.
Concept.
So it's relatively new. It's not a members club per se yet. You buy tickets and then you get to go to these events, right? It's their second event that they've held, but they've already garnered a lot of attention from high level executives.
Do you go in and are you sitting? It's like speed date. Are you sitting opposite? Are we sitting opposite each other with a chessboard?
Exactly.
Is it like the Queen's Gambit and we're kind of going? Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty. It's pretty chilled out, but serious at the same time. You've got the timer, everything.
Did you play last night?
I didn't because I was networking and I was talking to people. And to be honest, like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I'm at a 5 when it comes to chess.
You're not Russian chess master level.
No, unfortunately not.
It's not bad though.
Disappointing my Russian mom every day. What about you, Richard?
Quite cool. I used to play chess a lot in school. I used to play it a lot, and when I wanted to be a football coach,
You wanted to be a football coach?
I did want to be a football coach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said that so casually. Okay.
Yeah.
Just
well,
threw that in.
I used to love football, and I did kind of coaching badges and all that stuff. But Pep Guardiola, a guy I really look up to, when he took a year off between Barcelona in 2012 and Bayern Munich in 2014 as manager, he spent a year in New York, said to learn how to play chess with Garry Kasparov. Like that's, negative people say he just took a year off, he went to New York, but actually, so tactics and chess and football and everything is really interesting game. It's a really good game.
And the tactics can be used in real life, I feel. I mean, chess just resembles real life so much. I don't know, maybe I'm getting too philosophical, but...
I agree. I mean, I think, board games can be in different ways, but I think what's good about chess is you do have to think 4 or 5 moves ahead, right?
Exactly.
Like you have to... and there's consequences to mistakes and moves and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to be accountable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or you lose your queen on Valentine's Day.
Exactly. No, but one last thing about this club is what's cool about it is that, while most chess clubs or wherever you go to play chess and in these lounges or whatever, it's usually really boring. It's usually in the daytime. This was really exciting. It was like a cigar night as well. There was a mix of, CEOs, bankers, etc., and artists as well. So you have a nice mix.
Where was it?
Crowds. So it was in a place called Room 505, which I just felt like I was back in Moscow. It was, a red theme everywhere. It was in Voka Hotel on Sheikh Zayed Road.
So you've grown up here and you're half Russian, right?
Yes.
Have you seen a Russian influence on the city in the last couple of years, like with things like this popping up? Is there more Russian culture here now, and basically.
You know, there's a joke. So basically, when someone sneezes, you say "na zdrowie," and there's a joke here
I thought
that
that was cheers, Nostrovia, no? It's more bless you, is it?
it's bless you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What am I saying? Oh my God! I speak so many. I speak a couple of languages. Yeah. So I'm a bit. Anyway, there's a joke basically that in Dubai now, when you sneeze, you hear that all around.
Yeah. Nostrovia. Okay.
It's like, what good health.
Yeah, so there's lots. Oh, yeah, it might be for when you lift a drink as well. But so you have seen it. You have witnessed a lot of more Russian culture here.
I have. There's, there are a lot of Russian businesses popping up around Dubai. I have seen a lot of that Russian influence. Even when you go to restaurants now, like White Beach. There are so many restaurants that have added Russian dishes to their menus, so they are targeting the Russian market. So yeah, absolutely.
I kind of like this though, the chess club. And last week I went to opening of a new members club. I kind of like that we're having options now. It's like
Budzdarova. It's not Nazdarovia, it's Budzdarova. Sorry, sometimes I get my Russian mixed up. I had to correct that.
You still, I picked up on it, brilliant. But you still pronounce it really well. Okay.
Okay, our producers are telling us to move on to the story.
I feel like Valentine's Day, busy person today. Let's go.
I feel like we can chat about this forever. Okay. Right. So Zuckerberg has reviewed the Apple Vision Pro, and he said that Meta's Quest is not only offers better value because it's 7 times less expensive. That's exactly what he said verbatim. But it's also the better product, he said. What do you think about that? And first of all, by the way, just to compare prices, Apple Vision Pro prices start at $3,499 compared to Quest, which is $499.
Yeah, look, on the surface of it, I just like that a leader has come out of a business and defended his product line, and he's spoken up. And I guess what you could think of this is, let's look at pattern recognition. Look at history. Bill Gates founded Microsoft, right? He had handed over the reins by the time Steve Jobs launched the iPhone to Steve Ballmer, right? Around 2007, 2008, 2009. And Microsoft didn't take advantage of the new product line, such as the phone. And they never really had a hit, right?
Right.
Now, Zuckerberg doesn't want to lose the next platform or the next device. So he faced a lot of challenges over the time, right? He's been CEO for 20 years nearly. Is that wrong? Feels like it, yeah. Close to. And he hasn't kind of given up, right? Yeah. And he's now fighting a big sort of product thing. And product and hardware isn't their success. They're probably not going to beat Apple at hardware, but he's fighting a good fight. And I just think it's inspiring that he hasn't sort of like handed over the reins and he's sticking with it. In terms of investment, right, they were said to, around the time of the pandemic, they were said to have been spending $10-15 billion a year on the metaverse.
Right.
And then they scaled it back, got rid of their divisions, and now they've gone heavy back to what they're good at, growth hacking, social. We see Threads, we see lots of WhatsApp business, we see their innovations on Reels help save them against TikTok, right? So he's really, really good at this, right? But he's not giving up on his line of like immersive technology and things like that. So I just think it's impressive that it came out. But like, fair play to Apple, right? Like, they've just dominated the PR buzz in the last week with this Vision Pro.
Yeah, totally. I mean, Apple are brilliant, right? I remember that ad with BlackBerry and Apple, where BlackBerry kind of. Yeah, do you remember that ad when there was a BlackBerry that went through an apple, and then Apple did one where it was an apple, and then the BlackBerry just kind of, hits the apple and then kind of like just falls gets away. Squished and falls away.
Poor BlackBerry. I
love these ads. I feel like this is Zuckerberg's version of what BlackBerry did. So it would be cool if Apple did something back to respond to that. Right. Okay. So happening on February 17th and 18th is a really exciting summit. It's called Brand Emmy. It's going to feature a combined experts with a combined wealth of $50 billion under one roof, and Smashy Business are the media partners. So that's quite exciting.
Show us what's cool about this. There's 2 young brothers, Ayman and Ghazi. They're our cousins. I'm not actually sure the relations, but I think they're brothers. And they are good online. Like, Ayman is the guy who says, how much. What's the question he asks everyone? I get mixed up. Not what do you do? Yeah, what do you do for a living? He asks them these questions.
Yeah.
And they're just very good creators, right? Like they've done stuff at Hamid Al-Abar with lots of Al-Habdur, lots of different people.
Yeah.
And they have a bottle flip agency, and they're just really good at this kind of online content. And Ayman is actually fighting against Rashid Belhassa tomorrow night.
Really?
Tonight's Wednesday. Friday night in the agenda, and Lovin Dubai are media partners for that. But there's an influencer fight on Friday night, and Ayman is fighting against Rashid as an influencer fight, and the next day he and his brother are hosting the Brand Me Summit. So if you see Ayman with a black eye, that'll be Rashid. But no, they're really cool guys, and I really like how they put together this summit because there are a lot of creators in the city. There's a lot of people about personal branding and things like that.
Yeah.
And how they've kind of created a concept, an event, and both of them. I think Ayman studied in the Canadian University, so he's gone back to there to kind of launch this event.
Yeah, so that's actually where the event is taking place in the Canadian University in City Walk. And guess who's going to be there? Someone who was in the studio just a couple of days ago, Tawfiq from Brands for Less.
Yeah,
that's going to be really exciting. Muna Qattan is also going to be there. Kindy Man. And of course,
who's a guest recently in Lovin Dubai,
yeah, exactly.
And I'll be speaking as well.
You'll be there as well, exactly.
Well, no, but we're media partners, so shout out to Brand Me Summit. Let's hope it's cool. You can still get tickets. Pop along on Saturday. And
go to our Instagram. We posted about it. You can actually get a discount code, but you do have to follow us, okay?
So. And we will be giving a few tickets away today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead, Richard. You wanted to say something?
No, I just we both of us lived in. Were at the Sharjah Entrepreneurship Festival last week, and to see many people there and on their Saturday giving up their weekend to learn from other people and to like network and things like that. It's quite cool. And like next week there's Step Conference. We're also a media partner of that. And the week after in Qatar there's Web Summit. Week after that there's Leap in Saudi.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of buzz around startup and entrepreneurship, and Smashy Business will be there every step of the way.
Every step of the way. I love that pun there. We should have used that for a Step Conference, right? Because we are media
Let's use it all next week.
Right. Lots of exciting things happening. Tucker Carlson, everyone is talking about him. Obviously, he was at the World Government Summit in Dubai, and he's filmed a show. He filmed it yesterday, and in less than 24, he filmed it from Dubai. In less than 24 hours, he got over 17 million views. He's quite divisive. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I mean, just the views part, right? I think his interview with Vladimir Putin last week. So he hosted on X.
So almost 200 million views.
Crazy. And it's a 2-hour interview. Yeah. And they hosted on X, which is Elon Musk's platform, right? Not known as a watch destination. You'd think maybe YouTube or something, but he's doing it there, not even TikTok. So he was let go. Like there's a whole Fox issue since the last elections, they got rid of a lot of their big anchors. But
big mistake, right? But a great move for him, actually, a blessing in disguise, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just shows like Elon Musk keeps tweeting that TV is dead, and he's fighting. We should cover this a little bit. He's really got something against Disney and Bob Iger. I don't know what he's doing about it. Yeah. But we can go into that a bit more. But so obviously, even Piers Morgan has taken off his TV show and he's doing more YouTube. But Tucker Carlson has done X, and to be at the World Government Summit where Elon Musk has spoken before, just after his Russian thing when he's in vogue, is quite a good catch for Dubai in a way, right? And he's talking about interesting things. He compared America to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and he just said that the cities here are safer and better. Basically,
he said as an American, he felt radicalized when he went to Dubai and Abu Dhabi and felt like they were Moscow, much nicer, and Moscow, of course, much nicer than any city in America.
It's crazy, right? Well, we know this. We know this, but for a patriot American who's seen as right-wing, pro-America, America is
which
great.
He is. He was born in 1969, right? He's so he is very pro-American, and he says that. So for him to say that is quite a big deal, isn't it?
Quite a big deal. There's a lot of stuff happening in World Government Summit, I think, as well. And the next story there was an announcement from there as well. Yeah. So Sheikha Latifa has announced a new creative zone in Quoz. It's going to be focused. It's going to focus on helping artists. So it's going to cap rents for artists. It's going to help them financially with financial incentives, and then with any legal issues as well. So that's amazing. I mean, Quoz is really growing. Al Serkal is there.
before. But besides Al Circal, it's really just a kind of a manufacturing hub, and that's going to change, right?
It's going to change. You know, I remember I was inspired by advertising. So, and then when I moved to London, I remember reading a book recently or something about like Paul Smith, the designer, and he was one of the first guys to move out of the trendy Mayfair areas and move over to Shoreditch in the 60s.
Yeah.
And again, another book I was reading recently, the Sheikh CEO one, and it describes like Internet City, like Sheikh Mohammed and Mohammed Al-Ghagari driving down Sheikh Zayed Road and talking an Arabic word for salt plains, like the part of the desert that you can't build on.
Right.
And they were like, this is where you're going to have to attract all those big tech companies.
Right.
And then they did. And they all moved, and then some sold for billions and everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, you know, if you have that vision for it, and I've been in Circle quite a bit lately, and to see like Al Circal Avenue, right, is one part, right, and it's one guy sort of thing.
An amazing part,
place,
actually.
amazing place. But like to think of now they've kind of said, like they did with Internet City, this is going to be a zone. You know, the fascinating thing about Internet City is that people think like Dubai throw money at stuff or whatever. They didn't. They opened it with a $200 million loan from HSBC. There was no Dubai government money put into Dubai Internet City. And similar with now that Quoz,
I did not know that, actually.
Right? Fascinating.
Wow.
So there was no like, hey, here's some cash, go and do it. No, no, go and do it without money, you know.
Yeah.
And now with Al Quoz Creative Zone, they're kind of going, okay, this was where industrial and where laborers would live, right?
Yeah.
Now they're kind of going, hey, you know, we tried our D3 thing, but let's be a little bit more organic here.
Absolutely.
You know, Circle's working, and then there's Al Khayat, which is another pop-up Circle. 2 blocks away, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of a cluster now. And then they've made this incentives, which is like, you know, we're going to make rent cheap for all you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's not just working spaces, you know, there are also going to be projects, residential projects there as well. So it's just really exciting, you know, because in London, you do have all these artsy kind of communities, and it's just so cool.
Yeah, one-bed studios, like for artists, painting, like, like if you're going to get your portrait done, would you do it in Quoz Creative Zone, right? Like, and this is the kind of thing now that, like, basically the point is that we're in 2024. If I'm a young aspiring artist and I want my life to be in Dubai in the Middle East in the next 15 years, I'm making a bet on that zone, you know, because you know you're going to be inspired. You're going to meet the Picassos of the Arab world walking down the street, because that's kind of next 100 years.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way you put it. And you know what? I was watching the $1 Million Listing show like a couple months back, and now that I'm thinking about it, like imagine there's an artist living in Al Quoz, and then, you know, like, I don't know, 2 decades later, someone buys the apartment where he used to live. Like, it's so cool. Yeah. So cool in so many ways. Anyways, thank you so much, Richard. We have a guest.
Off. Yeah, I feel it.
Thank you. No, that was, you know, it's always such a fascinating conversation with you, and we have to play chess sometime and see who wins. I need to practice my game.
If I'd be a half Russian person at chess, that's going to go on my Instagram and LinkedIn.
Oh God! Oh no! I need to practice. I can't disappoint my mom. Right, coming up next, Tarun Joshi is the founder of gifting platform IGP, and he's going to be talking to us about the business of love. We didn't forget about you guys. It's a Valentine's Day special, so stay tuned. Tarun Joshi, the founder of IGP, which is a huge gifting platform. You guys are based in India, but you expanded to Dubai about a year ago. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Tarun, first of all, welcome. Sorry, where are my manners? Welcome to Smashy Business, and happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and all the listeners.
And what are the plans of the founder of a gifting platform that specializes in the, you know, in love? On Valentine's Day, I mean, what are your plans?
I think we've always envisioned ourselves as a company which is in the business of relationships. And Valentine's Day obviously is extremely important because new relationships are getting formed, old relationships are getting nurtured. So yes, it's a very responsible event for us, apart from just doing business, because we are in the business of spreading love and happiness, and nothing better than Valentine's Day, because there is so much amount of demand from consumers to be able to express themselves. They may not have spoken to to their partners for long or may not have expressed it, this event definitely brings a great opportunity to be able to do that.
Tarun, I'm going to ask you so many questions about the company, I promise, but I mean your personal plans today for Valentine's Day. What are you doing?
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think I'm in the wrong business from that sense. Probably I should be spending a lot more time with my partner, right? But yes, we do end up going usually towards the end of the day for a nice dinner. That's how I would look at it, because I think the day and the few days before that usually tend to be extremely busy for us.
Nice, nice. And you guys specialize in personalized gifting, correct? Tell me a little bit more about the consumer trends now that you guys have moved to the UAE and the GCC as well.
So we are seeing a big shift in the way consumers are expressing their emotions. It earlier used to be just product-led, which means you would either order flowers or some nice floral hampers. To today, with the emergence of social media as well as having your phone handy all the time, you have enormous number of memories which are actually captured in the form of your pictures or special moments, and you want them to last longer. And that's where personalization comes into picture in a big way. So the trend shift has been towards how can I communicate an emotion by putting up a nice picture from a moment, picking up a nice quote, or in the way it used to happen in earlier years, write a nice handwritten note, which can actually go to my better half or my partner, and that can stay longer by being a small lamp which is on the bedside, which carries a beautiful picture, right? Or something which can lay on the desk in office, right? Every time you see it, you feel cherished. You remember those moments and memories. So I think the trend shift has been how can you make them last much longer? How can you communicate via just products versus now communication of emotions in various ways?
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, you know, flowers are lovely, and you can always send flowers, but they do eventually die, don't they? So I think a nice personalized gift on the side is quite lovely. But Tarun, so I mean, there are so many platforms that offer, you know, gifts. What differentiates IGP? Is it the personalization? Tell me a little bit about your products and I guess your best-selling products as well. And yeah, what makes you different? Is it the speed of delivery? You know, how quickly, if I were to order something for today, let's say, you know, I haven't done anything for a partner on Valentine's Day and I need a last minute gift. How quickly can I get one from IGP?
So let me answer that question of the journey of a consumer, maybe about a few days before any such moment like a Valentine's Day is coming. Now, right from, let's say, 1st or 2nd of February, everybody is talking about Valentine's Day. We see it whenever we go at other places. It sits at the back of our mind. But first and foremost, I would want to have certain personalized recommendations. What kind of products are in trend? How can I do this? And this journey of 4, 5, 6 days prior to an event starts with exploration or discovery, where I'm looking at how can I make it even more special. So for a platform like ours, the first important thing is how can we become that discovery platform? How can we send you the right reminders before any such moment? And there is a lot of technology that goes into it. Post that, we read the consumer footprints across what are their likings. Some people may like flowers, some people may like personalized, a lot of people prefer food, they would love to order a nice cake. Based on a lot of such footprints and information that we gather, we start curating the journey of a consumer in a much better manner. Also, obviously, price points are those. In a way, we read the social graph. Over the years, we realize that is it the first time you're sending a Valentine's Day gift, or is it like your 5th or 10th, or is it a milestone Valentine gifts? That journey allows us to first throw the relevant amount of products. Now, once you start looking at products, then comes about our ability to curate merchandise. So we have a team of almost about 100 category merchandisers who work around the year about 3 to 6 months in advance and start working on producing the right kind of products. To give you an example, even in terms of roses, right? What shades of red roses are better? What is the stem length? How much can it bloom? How many days will it last after that? So we go through a lot of depth around merchandising. And then comes ability to make those products in the right way, and finally delivery within like 60 minutes. So everybody is now with the emergence of quick commerce, food delivery companies, large platforms which are offering this service, consumer preferences have also changed to remembering these quite last minute. So you will remember Valentine's Day immediately after this and would want a product which can be delivered in 60 minutes. Now, all this requires a very strong vertically integrated approach, which we call as farm to table. So apart from technology, what we also focus in a very strong proprietary supply chain, which brings the best of the flowers, best of the products from the source, make them in our warehouse and deliver it using our own delivery fleet within a span of 30 to 60 minutes.
Wow. And that's also for personalized products, yeah?
That is correct. Okay. Yes. So the technology enables that you put up your picture and the system puts it across on a product, shows you a preview, right? It goes straight to the machine, gets printed out, and within about 20 minutes, the product is ready to be shipped out.
And I have seen the behind the scenes, because you guys held a Valentine's Day event. It was super interactive, very, very interesting. And I saw all the machinery. That was really, really cool to see. What are your most popular products on Valentine's Day? Is it the roses?
So this year, obviously, red roses are about 50% of Valentine's Day always. But the color red and the shape heart is very strong in communicating emotions. So one of the top selling products this year was gypsophilias, which were red in color, put up on a nice heart-shaped bouquet. Nice. And it just is a big heart that you receive as a receiver, and with a shelf life of almost about 25 days post to receive the product. So it's you're getting flowers, you're getting heart shape, you're getting red color, and you're getting a longevity of about 25 days. So that's been one of the top sellers. Yeah. The second product has been like consumers can put up a few pictures on a very nice acrylic sheet, which is put up on a lamp, which is a color changing lamp. It operates like a night lamp or a small gesture which you can put on your table. That's been the second best seller, which is what I was telling you, that change in preferences towards buying products which last much longer and also showcase a beautiful picture of yours capturing that special moment.
Very cool. Okay, Tarun, most places hike up prices on Valentine's Day. How much is your price hike?
Okay, so we have been very ethical always. We don't believe much in surge pricing. We believe that consumers should get the best value for money at any point in time. In fact, we would be the only website currently operating in UAE which still has a range starting from 80 dirhams and going up to maybe about 3,000 dirhams.
Making
so
love
being a
affordable.
platform, we believe in providing the best quality service at the right value and price.
Nice. I love that you're making love affordable this Valentine's Day. That's great. That's really cool. Tell me about the opportunities and the challenges here in the UAE for you guys. I mean, besides Valentine's Day, how has it been going? Is it better than you expected? Any numbers that you can share would be very helpful, obviously.
Yeah, sure. So let me talk about the market first. I think UAE is one of the best placed markets for gifting, and I talk about it because of three big use cases. About 75-80% of the population is migrated population, which means they were living in some other city or country and migrated for work, studies, tourism, right, into UAE. Now that means they are making their own social graph or a set of friends around the year. Right, so a lot of gifting happens from them to their friends and the new social graph. The second is they are far away from their families, which means they're also sending a lot of products back home,
right,
or the country or the city from where they come from. And third is people in those cities and countries, which are their loved ones, they're also looking at opportunities to send it to them and communicate that emotion in such a special moment. So in a way, when you actually acquire a consumer, which is heavily migrated consumer, you are actually acquiring it for three use cases. Giving it in UAE, giving it to their home country, receiving something from their home country to them. So it cannot be better for a gifting platform in terms of market potential. The second aspect is the whole purchasing power parity. You pick up the best 10% from various countries and put them into one island, and that's what UAE is. So the purchasing power parity of everyone, right, is strong. So opportunity-wise, I think it's fantastic. Now, there are certain challenges. The taste buds of people are so evolved that they absolutely love quality. They're willing to pay for it, but they want newness. The taste buds are like, I would say, Western world plus plus in terms of their expectations, right? Which obviously pushes you to the boundary to just keep giving better product and better service.
We have high standards here. What can we say? I mean, can you blame us? We're used to everything being the best here, you know? I can't enjoy hotels in London anymore because of the service of hotels here in the UAE, so never mind the gifting platforms. Cool. Tarun, let's talk about AI a little bit. And I think I think this conversation is really interesting. I think people here in the UAE love that personal touch. When it comes to AI, is there a danger that the human touch when it comes to gifting will be compromised?
I believe AI is complementing every business rather than posing a threat to any of the businesses. Yes, there are certain jobs which we are also now relying heavily on AI, like content production, like automation of product display on website, right? All these are based on algorithms and data. But overall, when we see the growth potential that AI has brought in, the biggest thing is it allows us to read a lot of data and then use that data in a very meaningful manner. And I'll talk a little bit about gifting. When a customer is sending a gift to a recipient, they're communicating an emotion via a beautiful message. Now that message also talks about intimacy factor. It talks about their liking, their recipient's liking. And when you start reading all of it, you essentially save a lot of time of the same consumer next time when he comes on the platform, because the system is far more robust and intelligent. So think about it that we are a pure online player with very less amount of offline presence. In offline presence, you have a customer service representative who is talking to you and talking to you numerous number of times, understands what you like, understands what are your typical requirements, which areas do you send, what kind of budgets do you prefer. If all that can be read via a technology platform, it gives a very seamless and a similar user experience to a consumer if you use AI, and therefore the emergence of e-commerce and AI will be complementing each other in a very big way.
Right, absolutely. Great point. Last question, Tarun. What are your expansion plans here in the region?
So we start 2.5 months back in Dubai. We're going to expand to other parts of the UAE because we want to offer a 30-minute delivery. So that's the first expansion which we're expecting in the next 6 months. The other GCC markets are equally robust and nice. So moving on to Saudi, moving on to the other GCC countries, I think Dubai for us is an entry into the entire MENA region. You have to play it. Technology is well established. We are just learning the cultural nuances, right? Trying to get our product portfolio to the level that is expected from that market. And then I don't think so there will be any stopping down of the growth.
Absolutely. Sorry, Tarun, I thought you guys have been here a year already, I think, at the event you told me, or maybe I misheard. So it's only been 2 months.
Yes, we just launched in November. We have been working on our product portfolio and the entire market for about a year. But yes, we could get everything together in about 8 months, and then just 2.5 months since we have been here. In terms of numbers, the growth has been fantastic. It has beaten all kind of expectations that we have had. In fact, this will become the fastest $20 million revenue business in just about a year.
You know what? I love that you guys offer personalized gifts and then super express delivery for those gifts, because most of the platforms, if you want to personalize anything, which is such a trend, especially here in Dubai and the UAE, people love personalization. The fact that you guys are doing that, I think, is amazing. So yeah, I agree, and I can't wait to see where IGP goes. So that's awesome. Thank you, Tarun, so much for your time. It's been lovely speaking with you.
Lovely speaking to you. Okay.
Thank you, Tarun. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Okay, guys, watch us on Smashy TV, our streaming platform, or watch us on YouTube, or catch us on all socials. Or if you prefer to listen to this in audio, you can get us wherever you get your podcasts, Anghami, Apple, Spotify, anywhere. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.